Hi, it's Kelly here, and today I'm going to show you the first part of how to make a checked Haahoo from the Night Garden. So I'm going to start with a magic circle. I'm using quite fine thread because I want to make a small one, but you can use whatever size you want, just use an appropriate sized hook. And I'm going to do 6 double crochets, English double crochets, or American American singles into my magic ring. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to pull my ring tight. There we go. So next we're going to do 2 double crochets or American single crochets into each stitch that we've already done. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you may have noticed I've just crocheted over my tail so that I don't need to sew it in. Right, we're going to carry on with red. We're going to do, we don't need to go over the tail this time, 2 in the first stitch and then 1 in the next stitch. Carry on around till we've got 18 stitches. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, nearly there. Just one more repeat. 16, 17, 18. So we've just got 3 rounds there of a circle. Nice and easy so far. Now the next bit, we're changing colour. Now you might want to just take that last stitch back out, and we're going to take our second colour, which is blue. Sorry, my threads are all getting tangled together. And I'm going to put that over the hook and pull that through. I'm going to crochet 2 into the next stitch with the blue. And we're not going to finish off this, we're not going to finish off this last stitch because we're going to swap back to the red. And then we're going to do 1, 2, couldn't remember them, 2, switching back to, in fact I'm going to cut off that red now because we've crocheted over it, so it doesn't need sewing in or anything. Right, so now I'm changing back to blue. I'm also crocheting over this end so that we can cut that off shortly. Make sure when you swap colours you pull the other one quite tight. So another increase with the blue, so 2 in the same stitch, swapping back to the red, crocheting over both of those, so 2 reds again separately, so 1 there, 1 there, not finishing it off because we're going to switch back to the blue. Oh, I'm getting into tangle already. Sorry about that. Switching back to the blue. Make sure you pull on that red and increase with the blue again. Oh, nearly. Switching back to the red. And I'm going to get rid of this blue at this point, because I've crocheted over enough stitches, it's not going to come undone. So back to the red, it'll be easier now. I ain't got them messy stitches, messy threads to get in the way. So 2 reds again. Switching back to the blue. Pulling it through. And then an increased stitch again. Back to the red. All the way around. Carrying the thread at the back by going over it every so often. Back to the blue for our increase. Oh, nearly. Switching back to the red. 2 more stitches. And then, oh, nearly. Switching back to the blue for that last increase of that row. Oh, doesn't want to pick up. Right, this time we're going back to the red. So we're going to do our 2 stitches in the red to finish off this row. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the blue, do our increase again in the first stitch. The increase is always in the first stitch of the new colour. And then this time we're going to do a blue into the blue. So 1 blue, but then a second blue in the first red. Changing back to red. So then we've got 1 red stitch. Changing back to blue. And we're going to repeat this around. So all the way around. So an increase in this one. Blue in the blue one. And another blue in that red one. Changing back to red for that 1 red. Make sure you pull the threads as you change colour, and then changing back to blue. And it's going around like that. So we'll carry on to the end of that row. Okay, so I've got back around to the beginning. I'm going to do my last red stitch into here and change to blue. And this row is super easy because all I'm going to do is increase in the first blue stitch and then do my double crochets around through the red one and then increase in the first blue stitch of this section. So I'm going to continue round until I've done that. Okay. I've crocheted all the way around in the blue, doing my increase after each red one. I've just stopped on my last red stitch. Now I'm going to make sure I carry my red. And what we're going to do is double crochet. We're not increasing on this bit. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As we do our 6th, we're going to change to the red. And we're going to do an increase in the red, adjacent to the red from the previous row. Back to the blue. And we're going to do blue, blue into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this time. So each one after the first one will be 5. So it's 5 blues, an increase in the red. 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't forget to swap over to the red. And then increase adjacent to that one. Oh, joined it up, forgetting to change back to the blue. There we go, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. I've gone all the way around doing the pattern as I've said. So now I'm going to crochet into the last blue, and then we change to red, and we're starting to see the pattern forming now. So we've got our red, and it's the same as we did before with the blue. We do our increase in that first stitch, and then we're going to do a red in the next stitch and in the first blue stitch. Swap back to blue. Make sure you give it a pull, and then blue in the remaining blue stitches. Swapping back to red. So we're going to do our little red increase in that first red stitch. And then red in the next stitch and in the first blue stitch. Back to blue. And we're going to continue that all the way back round, and I'll join you when we get to the end of this red one. Just about to finish that last red stitch of that row into the first blue one, changing to blue, and we've got 4 in between each now. So we're going to do crochet into those. Now there's 4 on this one, but on each subsequent one there'll be 3. So into each stitch, change into the red. So we're just carrying on with the exact same pattern. That what we do is we increase in the first red, crochet along the red stitches. Sorry, I just realised I've moved out of view a little bit. I've broken my phone holder, so I've got it clipped to my cupboard door, which is not ideal. Then red into the first blue stitch and switching over to blue. Then we do blue in the next 3 stitches. I should draw lines on my desk to show where to keep my hands. It might help. Might try that on the next step of the video. Right, so back to the red. So I'm increasing in that first red stitch, and then just double crocheting in the rest of the red stitches. And into the first blue one, switch to blue, and I'm going to carry on around. In fact, you can just carry on doing that, double crochet into the blue, increase in the first red, carry on so that the first blue is red, and I'll join you again when we're nearly all red. Okay, so I've gone round up to the point where I've got 1 blue stitch left on each point of my star. So I'm going to go round in red, and this is the last round that we'll go around fully and do an increase on a straight colour round. So I've got 10 in each space plus 1 blue, which means 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase in my first red stitch, and then that leaves me 10 stitches to get round to the blue stitch. I'm only going to carry the blue. You can do it on this row or the next row up to the next blue point, because that's where we will pick up the blue again on the next row. So that red one, I'm going to drop the blue, do that one, so that's my blue, get out of the way, blue one. So I've done that, so I'm going to increase, double crochet to the blue, increase, double crochet to the blue. So it's basically, it's increase, do 10 double crochet, increase, 10 double crochet. And when we get back round to this point, we will start step 2. So you will have to subscribe to my channel to find the next stage, because it changes slightly. We've got increases and decreases to get those lovely diamond shapes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on step 2.